And that was it. That's my takeaway, Novelet. Over to you.
Great, great, great. Wow. Without speaking a word. Well, you know what? That customer must have been very impressed with you as well.
Well, of course, I did all the optics right and whatever I knew I needed to do, but I went prepared. I
Right.
went prepared. And I did not speak a word. And sometimes, by the way, now that we talk too much. You
Yes,
can
true.
do a presentation without even, and that is what I learned from that exercise that day. You don't have to speak. Shut your mouth. Sometimes we're talking just too much.
True.
And yes, now that we say from time third party validation, play a video, play tape, let them listen. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you everyone. Again, I guess we'll go into our company motto and then just go from there. Let me pull it up. Give me a moment here. I don't want to lose, so let me open up another. Okay. All right, here we go. So at the count of 3, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Cherish
Spirit.
Create
Create the vision.
Follow the
Follow
faith.
the faith.
Serving
Humility.
Agile. Thank you all. Okay.
Awesome.
You can mute your mics again, please. Now, yesterday, I don't remember who it was. Was it Brenda? Someone asked about the cooking oil.
Good morning. Yes, it was Brenda.
Okay.
Yes, my aunt told me yesterday that she was watching the Good Morning America with Michael Strahan, and they had
The most
and they were talking about the different cooking oils, what's good and what's not good. And she mentioned that the canola oil is good for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I told my aunt that, you guys, you did your research and everything, and that's one of the ones that's bad for us. So I actually wanted to be there with her today, but I'm out. So I wanted her to listen to it.
I will post the link in the chat, and you can, once I post it in the chat, you just click on that link and it will open up for you to have access to it. But canola oil was actually created for industrial use.
Right.
It's not created for human consumption.
Yes, but she had just fixed her mind on, well, everybody's going to have their opinions about this and that. But I said, no, but this is the correct information. And maybe that doctor was like in the medical field and they don't push the natural stuff or what's best for us.
This is what I tell my people. Most of what they're pushing on the news is not good for you.
Right.
Just think about it. They are all in cahoots with each other. And I see so even when you go on to YouTube, when I see some of these products that they're telling you is good for your body, I always say, who's behind this marketing? Because they want us to stay sick. So we have to be very, very careful of who we're listening to. But I know from a long time ago that canola oil was created for industrial use. So this is the first time I'm hearing about it. But let's play this video so you can see. And for those who did not see it before as well.
Dangerous food for your body is not sugar. It's not fried chicken. It's not even soda. This food is hiding in almost everything you eat. This food causes something called oxidative stress. That's when your cells are attacked by unstable molecules called free radicals. It's like your organs are slowly rusting from the inside. Your liver, your brain, your heart, all under silent attack every single day. It promotes chronic inflammation, which leads to hormone imbalance, heart disease, and even cancer. And the scariest part? Most people eat this food every single day without knowing. This food is vegetable seed oils, like sunflower oil, canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil. They're cheap, processed, and loaded with unstable omega-6 fats. These oils were never meant for human consumption. They were industrial lubricants. Check your labels. Cut them out of your life. If nature didn't make it, the most dangerous food for your body is not sugar. It's not fried chicken. It's not even soda. This food
Stop going mute.
So I just Googled it as well, which is something you can do. Yes, canola oil origins are rooted in industrial lubrication. Initially, it was developed from rapeseed oil, which was used as a lubricant for machinery, particularly during World War II. Because of it was very high in acid. Yes, I just asked. Hold on a minute. Okay, guys, could you all do me a favor, please? If you are not speaking at the moment, please keep your microphone muted. If you're not asking a question, if you're not commenting on something, there's no reason for your microphone to be unmuted. Thank you, because this call is being recorded. Thank you. So I just Googled, was canola oil originally created as an industrial lubricant? And AI came back, yes. So if someone really wants to know, all they have to do is just go ahead and Google. Just Google everything, it will tell you the answer. So even the Mayo Clinic says that it's a good oil. So this is what I'm saying. We have to be careful, because someone will go ahead and see that they're on Mayo Clinic saying, oh, they said it's a great oil for the body. So again, we have to be very, very careful, because they're telling you that it's a healthy oil. Other sites are telling you, are also saying it's healthy for the body. But right there, when you Google, it's coming back that it was created for that. So if it was created as an industrial lubricant, why are we putting it in our body? It was not created for cooking. Actually, the article said because of the acid that's in it was why it was great for breaking down parts from machinery. So there you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was suited for steam engine and other industrial equipment. So we just have to do our own research, because your doctor said it, or the Mayo Clinic says it, or the news says it, does not mean it is true. Okay. So let's see what's someone posted in the chat. What's the link? Oh, Mr. Benjamin. Okay, so I will go ahead and post that video link. I posted yesterday in the last time I shared it. So I'm going to put it in the Momentum Morning group, and then I will post it in the chat here as well, so you guys can have it, which means I also have to come on with my Miss Maria. What do you have to say this morning?
Oh, yes, those oils, those seed oils are terrible. I mean, you want to make sure you have some 100% virgin coconut oil, or avocado oil, or a good olive oil. You know, those are what you want to use. Olive oil, you don't want to really heat that. Use that on salads or for dipping. But, you know, just to stay on the safe side, you don't want to use healthy oils to cook with, because that oxidative stress, it does cause damage in your body, to your organs and all of your systems. So that's why so many people come down with sickness and high cholesterol and all kinds of stuff. So yes, I agree.
What scares me is that it takes 2 years to get out of your body, and a lot of folks consume it all the time, and boy, build up.
Yeah. Oh, and guys, this video is courtesy of KJ that just spoke about the 2 years. He sent that video to me. So
Yeah, and then also that's why you want to do a detox.
mm-hmm.
You know, do your detoxing. We have Hemohim, of course, which detoxes us. But look into doing looking up. If you feel like you still need to detox a little further, yeah, there's some natural detoxes out there, natural foods that you can eat that can detox your body. Supplements.
Yeah, and Hemohim will help tremendously with detoxing as well. You just have to stay on it for a good period of time, because I've had customers say, why am I detoxing again when I started detoxing when I took it initially, and maybe 6 months to a year they're detoxing again, because there are different levels of detoxification. So as you continue to use the product, and as Maria said, our spirulina is also helped with detoxification. All the green veggies will cleanse the body, and a lot of people stay away from it. Anything that's green is about cleansing the body. So I saw a young lady showing her health routine, and she had a huge container with all the greens: kale, broccoli, spinach, you name it, cucumbers, and she just threw them in her juicer. And she had these little bottles. I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna have to do that. She had like 10 bottles, and she just poured them all in there. And then each morning she just grabbed one and on the go. And then she had all the fruits in another bottle. So think about that. And her skin looked great. And that's what's missing. We are not eating what God gave us. He gave us the blueprint for our health, but we have strayed so far away from that, and we're eating all these man-made processed food, and we're not going to nature. You know, my daughter and I, we go to the farmer's market on Saturday morning, and it's just amazing, the abundance of fruits and veggies and all that's there. But then when you go in the grocery store, the people that go to the farmer's market, they're all about their health. You can tell, because they're there for the healthy food. But then when you go in the grocery store, there's such a marked difference of when you look in someone's shopping cart, there's nothing from nature. Everything is in a box or a container or whatever, and they check out with all that food and they're taking it home.
If you eat out a lot,
Yeah.
if you eat out a lot, be mindful where you're eating, because for the most part, they're probably using a seed oil.
Mm-hmm.
So you may think, oh, I eat pretty healthy. I only have, I use avocado oil to cook with and coconut oil. But then if you eat out, let's say 3 days out of the week, you're getting seed oils, unless you're getting salads. And even if you're getting the salads, you need to make sure that you're getting the proper salad dressing for your salad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really sneaky. It's in everything. And they put, if you use prepackaged foods, it's going to have seed oils and stuff in there, and all kinds of other stuff. So it's best to just cook at home, eat at home, because you know what you're using, you know what's in your food. Just cook at home.
Mm-hmm. Guys, I post the link in the chat, because Mr. Benjamin, you asked for the link. It's in the chat for that video. I started this health journey in 2010. That's when I started marketing health products. And I've only come across one individual that I've worked with that her doctor told her eating out is detrimental to her health. And she had cancer, and she said that was the first thing her doctor asked her, how often do you eat out? And he told her, if you want to survive this cancer, stop eating out right now. I was impressed. I said to her, I would keep that doctor because you don't hear that anymore. I met this lady and she's telling me she had cancer. She was in the hospital and she asked the doctor, so what do I need to do with my diet? What type of changes do I need to make? The doctor told her, oh, just continue to do what you were doing. So guys, you have to be, I don't remember who had that quote. You have to be your own doctor. You're the best person for your health. Too many of us put our entire lives in our doctor's hands, and we are not being proactive, for we're not taking responsibility for our own health. And many people have gone to an early grave because of that. I do everything that the doctor says, and they do not think for themselves. They do not check on anything. It is sad. So, you know, great topic here with this cooking oil, because most homes you go into that's the cooking oil they have. And I guarantee you every restaurant is using that. Now, if you're going to one of those really, really high-end restaurants, I would assume they're going to use better cooking oil because people are paying like $100 a plate and whatever.
Don't assume it.
Huh?
Don't assume that.
That's what I'm saying. You're assuming that that's it, but we don't know at the end of the day because we're not in the kitchen. So it's sad. So yeah. So this is where all these health challenges are coming in, because I've met so many people say, but I eat so healthy. And these are the little things we don't think about, like the cooking oil and things like that. So yeah. So thank you again, Mr. KJ, for that video, because I did not come across that one. So I'm glad you shared it. Because when I watched it, I said, oh yeah, I most definitely will be sharing this video. And then there's this quote, someone posted this in, I'm not sure which group that I'm a part of. It might not be an Atomy group because I'm with other groups. It says, neglecting your health is the ultimate sign of disrespect to yourself. And I said, wow, that is deep. So just remember, guys, we take care of everything that we buy. Every item that we go to the store and we spend good money on, we're taking care of it. We want it to last long. We take care of our cars. We service the car. I mean, people are meticulous when it comes to their car and how well maintained they're keeping it. Why do we not do the same for our body? Why are we not spending the same amount of money on our body that we will spend on our car or whatever else that we have? If we don't maintain this body, it cannot run the way it is supposed to. It's the same thing. So we just have to start thinking differently. Don't just eat the food because everyone else is eating it and it tastes great. I'm sorry. If it's not healthy, I don't care who's eating it. If I'm the only one at the table not eating it, that's okay. If they want to criticize me, I am not putting it in my body. It's that simple. If it's going to be detrimental to my health, I'm not doing it. So yeah, my daughter went to the grocery store and she's like, I want some ice cream. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't had it in a while. Let me try. And I said, wow, this is great. It doesn't taste sugary. I'm not tasting the sugar at all. So this is great. It does not have a lot of sugar. But then I noticed I woke up and my throat had mucus. And typically when I put something in, because of the condition of my body, I can feel it right away. And I said to my daughter, as you can hear, my throat doesn't sound right for the past couple of days, and it's from that ice cream. So finally last night, I said, let me look at the sugar content. It was 30-something% sugar in the little ice cream cone. But I didn't taste the sugar. So, and that was like the second time I had it because I said, oh, this ice cream is great. And I haven't had it in a while because I don't really do milk much. So I said, oh, it's already here. I'll have another one. But then I said, something is off. I couldn't believe it. No sugar, you're not tasting it. So I'm trying to figure out, it's not sweet. So what is in it? Why I'm not tasting the sweetness of it. So that's where we have to be mindful. Like Maria, my daughter didn't use that app. I said, did you use the app before you purchased? No. So anyway, so we really have to pay attention. So I'm not seeing any hands. Guys, remember when we're here, if you have questions on any products or anything, that's what we're here for. Was it Mr. Benjamin or Emma? Mr. Benjamin, were you raising your hands a minute ago? Oh, go ahead, KJ.
Yeah, the most interesting, just wanted to share was that I have one of my guy friends, and I, I went by to visit his place. But one thing he told me is that, and this is the guy that loved eating pork, love all the other stuff like meat, steaks, all the great stuff that. And one day he told me that, hey, I'm vegan. I'm going vegan. He showed me every products, everything he bought was vegan food. I was like, wow, that's a huge big change. So I wasn't sure if it's the video that got him to start changing his mind, but for him to actually do vegan, he never. I mean, come on, he grow up eating nothing but fried chicken, all other stuff, and he changed his diet completely. So I just wanted to top on add this to based on the change of diet. So I just wanted to share that. Oh, by the way, good morning, leaders. Good morning, customers. Good morning, everybody. Yes, just wanted to add that too. Back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Was he diagnosed with a health challenge? Because sometimes that's why people change drastically like that.
I know that he had a situation with the brain because the brain, I guess it was growing and it was squeezing through his skull. So he did
Okay.
physiology for that. But that was, I guess that was probably one of the reasons why he would change as well. Maybe I didn't really ask him specifically,
Yeah,
but
that's what I noticed. Typically, something major happened with their health, and that's when most individuals will decide to change. Let's not wait until we're diagnosed with something major because sometimes we don't come back from that. Sometimes it's too late by the time they see it. So just do it now. And you can still enjoy food, just moderation. And of course, there's some food I'm not going to put in my body, but you can still enjoy your food, just do it in moderation. Eat small portions like they do in Europe. That's why we don't see a lot of overweight people there because the size of the plate there in the US is ridiculous.
And also, as we talked about this, I believe one day last week, how back in the 50s and 60s, everybody was slim. You didn't hardly see anyone overweight. And that was because people were eating at home, and these food manufacturers, they had not started putting all of these preservatives in the food. So, just so take yourself back to the 50s and the 60s. And you can do that by shopping wiser and eating at home.
Yeah.
And you'll begin to slim down. Don't eat all of this processed food, and bake your own bread. Bake your own bread. Because the bread has stuff in it that literally is just killing your body. So, just a whole lot that you could do.
Yeah, all our breads are banned in Europe. Imagine that.
Yeah, and guess what? Over in Europe and other countries, they eat a lot of bread and butter, but it's the way they eat the bread, the way that our parents, grandparents, and great grandparents used to bake their own bread. They eat that kind of bread. They still eat home baked bread with all that stuff in there. That's why they can stay slim. They eat pasta, but it's a healthy pasta,
That's right.
you know. So we just need to eat like some of these other countries eat, where you don't see obesity. You know, I used to work with a lot of people from Vietnam, and every last one of them was slim except for one person who had adopted the American diet, and
That's it.
she was obese.
Hmm.
The rest of them ate their regular diet.
And I
And
see that all the time. When you change from your diet that you had from your country and you come here and you pick up the American diet, you see you see a marked difference. But you know, Maria, you brought that up. I'm gonna find that photo and show it again. Of Was it in the 1960s? I thought right that photo I showed. I think it was from the 1960s. All those elderly ladies in their 70s and 80s, not one person with a walker or a wheelchair. They didn't look old and haggard like we see. You see a lot of ladies now, by the time they're in their 70s and 80s, they're with walkers. I mean, everything just look, I mean, these women looked great. They looked well dressed, they were carrying their own pocketbook, and you didn't see the sign of aging on their face. So why are we looking this way now? When you go out and you see someone, they tell you, "Oh, I'm 40 or I'm 50," and you're like, "Oh my God." Not to mention when they're in their 60s and 70s, and doctors are telling you it's normal. No, it's not, because people didn't look that way back in the 60s and early 70s. So what happened between then and now? It's the food. So yeah, go ahead again, KJ.
Yeah, one of the big things that stuck in my head is inflammation. I think that's something that hasn't really talked about, how like fried chicken cause inflammation, or the grease, how it causes inflammation. I think the word inflammation is not clear to many folks, what it does to the body. I don't know if Maria Marie can talk about it. I don't know if that's something that could be addressed or it could be another topic to talk about. Back to you.
well, we know that chronic inflammation you'll know that you have it a lot of times is because you'll have aches and pains, strange aches and pains in various parts of your body, and that comes from those hydrogenated oils. It's going to help to it causes cancer. And inflammation can be anywhere in your body. It can be in your brain, in your leg, in your toe, in your arm. And it causes an oxidative stress. It is your body rusting from the inside out. And so that's why we have to avoid about those partially hydrogenated oils, because they destroy the mitochondria. It destroys the nucleus of the mitochondria, and it begins to kill your normal healthy cells in your body. So that's what's going on. Your body is being killed from the inside out. And so that's why you have to change your diet and how you eat, because what you put in your mouth, what you eat, creates inflammation in your body. That's one of them. Now, also you can get it from drugs or medications and things of that nature, but it's mainly what you eat. So you want to take vitamin C. We have our vitamin C, which is really good, a really good inflammation fighter. Of course, our hemohim, our spirulina, the very things that we're speaking. We've been talking about this morning, and Novel had already mentioned those too. And so, and then of course we want to eat a healthy diet. Got to help the supplements out along the way. Inflammation can cause our body to begin to create abnormal growth, like moles and warts, skin tags, polyps, all of that kind of stuff. When you start seeing that stuff as you're getting older, that's because you got some inflammation in your body. So you also want to do our rhodiola milk thistle, because that's going to help the liver to just help to usher stuff out of our body. So, but yeah, so that's my take on inflammation. It causes a lot of issues in our bodies. So the older we get, the more inflammation we're probably going to be seeing, because the body is beginning to break down. When we're born, we receive our immune system from our mothers, as we talked about. I think Dr. Forget his name that comes on here. He talked about going through the birth canal and getting our immune system. But what you also receive is your mitochondria. And the mitochondria is what powers the cells in the body. It's the powerhouse. It makes everything work, including your immune system. But so when you're born, you have a boatload of it. But as you get older, and by the time you hit 60, 50, 60, 70, you only have a small percentage left. And this is why we see people, we begin to see people aging. We see more wrinkles, we see more aches and pains, you see cataracts, you see macular degeneration, you see all kinds of heart issues.
Yeah.
All these things that are beginning to wear and tear. You see the wear and the tear on the body. And so all of that is associated with inflammatory damage. And so that's why we need to focus on our diets and what we use. As Miss Carol always says, what are you washing your clothes with? What are you washing your dishes with? All of that plays a part in inflammation and creating inflammation, oxidative stress, or advanced end-stage glycation, called AGES. The acronym for that is AGES.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's causing your body to break down, your cells to break down. This is why people come up with tumors, because this is happening. You're buying food that comes packaged, and all you do is heat it up in the microwave. Listen.
And then the microwave add to it.
Exactly. And so don't do that. Even when you buy, listen, my brother got a job one time, got a part-time job working at a salad factory where they bag salads. And he said, never, ever, ever buy bagged salads.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever do that. It may have contributed to him passing, because he died, but he would go in there to work and he would come out smelling like all of those chemicals. He didn't even work there long. He worked there maybe a couple of months in a temp job or something. And he said, he never touched that stuff again, because the whole process is very unhealthy. So don't buy those, go to the farmer's market and get organic or grow your own, because they're killing people.
Yeah.
It's causing inflammation. Sometimes you can tell if you eat something you're not supposed to, like if you eat something sugary, like Nubble said with the ice cream. She noticed that, whatever congestion or whatever it was he just said. But I ate some candy or something. And within less than an hour, I was experiencing all these aches and pains. And I said, see, you did it to yourself because you knew better. You knew better and you did it anyway.
That's it.
So then I had to go and take some spirulina and flush and drink more water, make sure I got my water in and all of that to try to counteract what I did.
Guess
If
what,
you're
Maria?
going to do, let me just say this. If you're going to do something, if you're going to eat sugar, make sure you eat something really decadent and really, really, really delicious. Don't waste that. You know, make something, you eat something that you really, really, really like, you really enjoy, but in moderation, and then know that you need to do a little extra detox on top of it. Back to you, Neville.
That was funny what you said.
Lovely.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
just want to
Okay.
ask Maria. I just want to say this. You are absolutely right, Maria. On Tuesday night, I purchased some kale in the bag and I ate it. And about an hour later, my stomach like just went into a term that I didn't know. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? It says organic kale. And all I did, I made sure I washed it and then I ate it. But boy, did it for 2 hours. But thank goodness the way I conditioned my body, I was able to release it, you know? So now that you're saying that your brother say never ever eat packages, kale, the lettuce, the salad. Did he say, is it the way it's processed or do they add anything to it?
It's what they add to it, what they put in the bags to preserve it.
Oh,
the whole process. You're eating chemicals on top of that
oh,
stuff. And even if you wash it, it's like so ingrained in there. So just don't, try not to do. Don't do it. He said don't ever buy it. And the
okay,
way that it's the smell,
okay.
that was on him, he knew he was being poisoned. That's why he quit.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, because I had said to myself, I said, I would never eat kale again. I said, I didn't know whether my body rejected it for some reason or what was going on. But now you're saying this. So it is the packaging. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Thank
package.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nablet.
You're welcome. I never eat, even before I moved here to Orlando at my church, whenever, because we had potluck, at church every week. And if they come in with the salad and it's in a bag, I'm not touching it. To the point where I started bringing my own salad, because most of the time they would just go to the store and just pick up those bags, and then they come and they wash it quickly underneath the faucet and and it looks great. Well, the presentation was great. But I'm like, I'm not touching that. And they're like, why do you bring your own salad? I said, because I do not eat salad that is in a bag like that. Now, I would eat from certain individuals because, I know they make it from scratch at home. We're on the same pathway when it comes to health. So I would always say, who cooked this? Who did this? And, I wanted to know who was making what before I would touch the food. So it's a lot. But let's try, I pulled this up. Let's see if I can get it to scroll down because it kept clicking out. So there's acute inflammation, which is normal. It's the chronic one, because the acute is what happens when we get a cut and so forth, your body protecting itself. This is the one we do not want, but Maria basically covered most of it already anyway. So it's going to show you, it's talking about what happens to your body. So chronic inflammation, oh my Lord. Oh, forget it. I don't want you guys. And it came right out. Let's try this one last time. We don't want my email showing, because I will hear from Nick about that. So let me get to the area I want to get to, and then I hit share. But Maria covered most of it already. as she tells you what happens, that's where the cancer and the diabetes and the arthritis and all these things come in, because sugar sits in the body, then we become inflamed, then we become acidic, and it goes from there. It just goes to a whole onslaught of health challenges that, as I said, some of us never come back from. So it says it contributes to 7 out of the 10 top cause of death in the US. So just think about that. Now let's try moving this down again. I just wanted to get to this section here. Oh Lord, please let it go down. Okay. High blood pressure, weight gain, fatigue, sleep problem, depression, and all this list goes on and on and on. And we know joint and muscle pain, and it goes on and on and on. So we do not want chronic inflammation, gout, and it just goes on. So what we eat matters. What we're putting in really does matter. And people say, oh, eat whatever you want, enjoy life. But is that really enjoying life? If you are sick all the time, if you're in a chronic state of being sick, is the food worth your health? So,
Right,
mhm,
right. Because, it also causes metabolic syndrome. And I know
mhm,
we've all heard, maybe your doctor has mentioned it to you, or you've heard Dr. Oz or somebody talking about it.
mhm.
And that's a whole lot of different conditions
Yeah,
at the same time, and which lead to autoimmune diseases.
yeah,
you know so inflammation leads to autoimmune diseases, and
yeah.
there are a lot of them, as we know, like type 1 and type 2 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, lupus,
It goes on and on.
thyroid issues, hypo and hyperthyroid. So many different conditions that all of a sudden you didn't have. And
Alopecia,
now it's
you
like,
name
wait
it.
a minute. Yeah, alopecia. Where does this come from all of a sudden? Well, it's not sudden. It's an accumulation of lifestyle.
Yeah,
Your habits, and what you even, but and the problem with the people that we're wanting to get these products to and supplements to is we have to combat their beliefs about health, and we have to introduce them to wellness.
yeah.
We have to introduce them to wellness. That there's a whole another way of doing your life, and that
Mhm.
is through wellness.
Yeah,
Just taking charge and taking, and you need to do that because there is a war against good health.
sure is. I just tell my people, I educate on lifestyle change. That's it. You have to change the whole lifestyle. You
Hmm.
want to be healthy? It's a whole complete lifestyle change.
That's exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta stop eating junk food and deal with your stress, calm your nervous system, get enough sleep, exercise, drink your water.
Yeah,
I
that
made
needs to work.
a did something yesterday that I started, you guys, and it was, I made a list of what I needed to do to get my health, my wealth, business, uh, spiritual, my spiritual life. What did I need to do? And so then I made a list of the things that I need to do. And I had a long, long list in different categories. And so I started actually yesterday. Okay, so I wrote down, okay, so what are the things on the list that you did do yesterday? And so I was able to check those off. But then I had on my other question for myself, and this is what I'm doing every day now, is okay, what went wrong? What didn't you do? What on your list didn't you do? And I'm just holding myself accountable, you know, as far as diet and health, exercise, make sure I'm drinking enough water, tending to my prayer life and my reading and studying my Bible. I mean, those kinds of things. But we have to change our lifestyle. I know it's hard because, you know, you have to hold yourself accountable to get it done.
Yeah.
Especially, none of us are getting any younger. And, you know, bad news and disease and sickness is just waiting in the wings if we're not proactive. We have to be proactive for our health.
Yes, and we don't plan to partake in the bad news for the health. Well said, Maria, well said. Yay. Well, right now, as you say, combating, I have 2 of the mega vitamin C. So I'll be taking 4,000 to get rid of this inflammation in my throat. And I already have this. How much is this bottle? I've had a couple bottles of my Kangen water because I got to flush this thing out. And I'm feeling it most in my throat, right in my tonsils. So just like it was shown in that video, it's stuck right there in my tonsils. That's where the inflammation is right now. So these 2 mega vitamin C will help tremendously with that. And I'm just going to keep flushing. And I'm also doing my multivitamin to help get that straight. So, but as you said, Maria, it tasted great. I enjoyed it, but hey, my body's like, don't ever do that again. So let's continue with the video from yesterday. Great topic. We were getting to our living products. And again, don't you guys leave because we're not touching on health, because this is a part of your health regimen, lifestyle change. These products are non-toxic. The products on the market, you use them, they go on your clothing, you put it on, it's being absorbed into your pores. That's also making you sick. So a lot of times when we cover the living products, I notice people are dropping off the call because it's not about the healthcare product. But guys, this is also a part of your health regimen. Do not neglect these products, because let me tell you, those products on the market are so toxic. People are literally dying from these products, and they're not even aware that the body lotion, the body wash, the laundry detergent, fabric softener, dishwashing detergent, your air freshener, all those things are killing us. It is a part of your health regimen. So please do not leave because we're not doing. I've been watching, and I noticed the moment we're not doing healthcare, I notice people start dropping off. But if we focus on those health products, everyone stays. This is a part of health. And when you're helping individuals that are sick, this should be covered with them as well. So let's get into it.
It's nature made, natural cotton. Now let's go here. Now it's showing you, let's show, see what's in it here? Guys, there's jasmine. It smells great. Your clothing comes out smelling great. And at the same time, it's so soft, it's unbelievable. And you don't have to worry about what's in it. Now it shows the grapefruit, it shows the rose, jasmine, all these right here. And then it shows you also the natural plant-based softening agent. 3 times more economic. Yes, you need to follow the instructions so you don't waste it. It's very concentrated. So
let me go back.
Natural.
I wanted to show you guys right here where it says, let me let it play again.
Great. And at the same time, it's so soft, it's unbelievable. And you don't have to worry about what's in it. Now it shows the grapefruit, it shows the rose, jasmine, all these right here. And then.
So can you see? It can be used up to 400 times with less than 5K laundry. This laundry detergent, you use a very small amount. So when someone says, oh, but I can get more at the store, our container might look small, but It's the consistency of it. You will not need to use as much. So if you've never tried our fabric softener or detergent, because they're so concentrated, you're using way less than what you are used to using, because I have to keep reminding my customers when they get this product. You don't need to put in as much of the laundry detergent. That's why the scoops are smaller. Because they're like, oh my gosh, it's so small, I have to put in a lot more. No, I had a friend of mine, she's a nurse practitioner. She called me, she said, Miss Novelette, you didn't tell me. She said, there's soap everywhere in my laundry room. I just assumed she would read the instruction. But people are used to you getting those big scoopers and these detergent and putting it in there. So the scoop for ours is small. So she just kept putting it in. And she went in her laundry room, and then there was soap everywhere. So follow the instruction on these products, whether it's the fabric softener or the laundry detergent or the dishwashing detergent. They are very, very concentrated. Just remember that, and please let your customers know. It says 3 times more concentration. And it truly is. So just use those little scoopers in there and do the amount of load that it says you need to put in for the load that you're doing, the amount of scoops for the load. And it works. Your white will begin to come whiter. You know, when the whites are turning yellow and you start using this every load, you're seeing the color coming back. My customers tell me that all the time. So I just wanted to add that. We don't want to have washing machine overloaded, because I had that experience with my customers. So remember, guys, as you share it, please let your customers know, because a lot of the customers, they will not follow the instruction. I let all my customers know. Go by the instruction. It works with the small scoop. So let's continue.
It shows you also the natural plant-based softening agent. 3 times more economic. Yes, you need to follow the instructions so you don't waste it. It's very concentrated. Detergent upgraded. I guess they make it easier to travel with. We change it from the big box to these 2 individual packets. Works out to. And now it's easier for you to, if you were to go on vacation and take it with you, it's easier. So as it shows coconut on there, guys, this product make your white white, and it keeps your bright bright. Now I'm a powder person, so I use the powder. You see the difference in your clothing. The white stays white and your bright stays bright. And it's showing you natural soda ash, baking soda, plant-based sulfur, sugar cane, and coconut extract. You will not see the ingredients on what you're buying over the counter because it's too toxic for them to share it. People see what's in it, they will not buy it. So that's what's in this detergent here, and it does wonders for your clothing. And I tell everyone, when you wash your clothes, leave them in the dryer, in the washing machine for an hour or 2, or maybe overnight, just to check. It will still be fresh. You cannot do that with the powders you're buying over the counter, with the detergents you're buying. You would have to run that machine again because the smell is so bad. And then we have the detergent sheets. For those of us who are not familiar, it's like the dryer sheet, but this is for the washing machine. And you can, I did test it, you can cold water and you don't have to sort the colors. I did it, I tried it, but I prefer powder, so I'm going back to my powder, but I have used this. Now, if I'm traveling, I'll probably take this with me. And it's pH balanced, so that's why you don't have to worry about the colors. So if you're into the dryer sheet.
Also, college students like this one a lot. So if you're in a college community, you know, if your area has lots of colleges, they actually love this because it has everything included in there. The fabric softener, so they don't, you know, they don't have to worry about having the detergent, the fabric softener. This does everything. Also, my elderly community also like it. I have a few ladies that live in an assisted living facility. They absolutely love this. Because, you know, as they get older, they don't want to have to, one of the things they say to me is, we don't have to worry about having to lug around a fabric softener. This is so light and easy for them. They just throw the sheets in and everything comes out nice and clean and smell great. So I sell a lot to them. Actually, I've gotten customers as they share it with their friends in those assisted living facility. So college students and the elderly absolutely love this. So let's continue.
We have it here. And then next, we have the liquid detergent. So we have options for those who are into powder, for those who are into liquid, and those who love the sheet. Now for our liquid, it shows you here, quilla extract, saltberry extract, so forth. From us, for the Caribbean, if you watch a movie and you see the people in the village down there washing, they use the plants and the clothes would sud. Basically, this is the same thing they're using. Growing up in Jamaica, the old folks would just go pick a bush and you see the sun and the clothes come out white. This is nature at work here. And baking soda and pine needle extract. And they smell great as usual. So that's our wonderful line here of detergent. Then we have the dish detergent. Someone just gave me a testimony today. She said, oh my gosh, I tried it and my blueberries came out so nice and sparkly. Bright. You can use this detergent to wash your fruits and veggie. Why is that? It says it right here. Raw test, 99.9% E. coli eradication. So it is tested to kill E. coli. And also it is a class 1 detergent. A class 1 detergent basically means it's food grade. It can be used on food. So you don't have to worry about the residue being left on your fruits or veggie. You're going to use it to remove the pesticide, wash it off, eat your fruit, and you're good to go. It's very concentrated. 1 drop will do the job. Follow the instruction and it will last you a long time. I've had mine for a few months now. It works. You only need a small amount. You can also use it because it smells so great, that nice fresh lemony smell. When I use it and my daughter walks in, she goes, oh, the place smells so nice. It smells great. I've had people that actually use it to clean their house because it smells so great. And it's worth the price at $9 for that huge container. This big and very concentrated. It will last you a long, long time. You don't have to worry because the article says when you use those over-the-counter detergent, that residue is left on the plate, no matter how much you wash it, those toxic chemicals still in your plate. Then you go put your food in and then you eat your food. And now you're eating that toxic chemical that was left on the plate. You're not gonna have it here. Or they're finding laundry detergent in people's blood work now because you wash your clothes. But those toxic chemicals still in your clothing. So then you put it on and if you go outside and it's hot, you perspire, then your body starts to absorb what's in your clothing. So these are all the things we need to think about when it comes to our health. So we have, you know, sponge here, we have the gloves, and we have the stainless scrubber. Now, I like the sponge because our sponge is antibacterial, which means there's no bacteria building up in your sponge. So you wash, we're buying these sponges at the store and we're washing and we're just adding bacteria to our dishes. You will not have that with our sponge here. And it feels great. And it doesn't shrivel up like the ones you buy in the store. It stays firm. So, and you get 4, guys, for $4. You're getting high grade sponge for $4, as it shows here, the different layers. And We have the gloves, for, it's great. Our gloves is also, as it shows here, it contains red, clay, and charcoal, which helps for those who might have issues with eczema and psoriasis. You don't have to worry, or if you are allergic to just the glove itself. So it says anti-sensitivity, so it helps to prevent eczema. So it's protecting your skin and it fits well. And it comes with that nice little hook that you hook up on your, you know, and it says it's latex, it's soft, it really is soft. And it has the clay in it. So great, you get 2 in here for the price of $5. It's strong, it will last a long time. You don't have to worry about the hole popping up in it in no time at all. And our stainless scrubber, this stainless scrubber, you get 2 for $3. It will last you a whole year. It's not going to fall apart, and it's very soft to the touch. So you don't have to worry about it, you know, ripping your hands apart with like the ones you buy at the store. And it says promote better hygiene, high resistant to rust. It will not rust. Mine is still going strong, not rusting. I have a customer, she said, I've had mine for a whole year. It's still not breaking apart. And you don't have to worry about using it on your pots and it's going to scratch your pots up. It does not. So the product works wonders. Now, in our more section, Christmas is coming. We have these 2 products here that we can share. And also we have wonderful shopping bags that you can put your gifts in for Christmas as well. So we have the Fame travel set here. It's the same just as the regular Fame, but it comes in the travel size. Wonderful gift to give out. And this way you give it to someone that you would want to be a potential customer using it and coming back to you. You just have to be careful who you're giving it to. Someone that cares about their skin and will appreciate it. And then we have the travel set. This is great here because what comes in it is, oh, here we go, opening up. It comes with the deep cleanser and the foam cleanser. Then you get a shampoo and conditioner, then you get the body cleanse and the lotion. So that's a perfect traveling kit as well. You can also give that out as a gift. And we have under, let's go. Okay. And there, where is it? Sorry, let's go back. Want to focus on some of the products we can now use for the holiday. We have, am I in the right section? Sorry. Yes, we have the hand therapy lotion, guys. This is a wonderful gift as well for the holiday. And I like this set, as it says here, let's go. It gives you the rose water, which is for, it says to brighten your hands. So it makes your hands nice and bright. Then you have the blue, which is soft poppy scent, and it's silky and smooth, and it also helps with your hands, radiant hand, and brighten your hands as well. 2 different categories. Then we have these 2 that fight wrinkles. So the first 2 is about brightening and softening the hands, and these 2 are about wrinkles, shea butter, which we're familiar with, and the lemon there for wrinkles. Wonderful gifts for the holiday. So you can put a little gift basket together with the products we have here. Then we have,
Okay. So that's it. On that this morning, what can you suggest? I'm on for the summer and I retire. Looking forward. Okay. Okay, Miss Gabrielle, that would be hemoheme. That's the one question for bipolar. Just remember, guys, whatever the health challenges are, it's always going to be hemoheme because you want to get to the root cause, and that's what hemoheme does. It's going to go in that body and start the cleansing regimen. because hemoheme is a powerful detoxer. As you detox, it's purifying the body, cleansing the body, removing all that acidic buildup, inflammation, all that toxicity that we've put in from oxidative stress, from the food we eat, our whole entire lifestyle. That's what hemoheme does. And as the body starts to clean itself, once it becomes, your cells are, everything is being cleaned, and then the cell starts to regenerate. Healthier cells will come forth now because there's no toxicity anymore. And as the cellular regeneration happens, that is how restoration starts. So, Ms. Gabrielle, you're somewhat new. Please let your customers know this is not an overnight success. It took a while for your body to get to that stage. Some people have been on prescription drugs for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they get on the product and they're expecting in a month, 2 or 3, for it to totally heal the body. It doesn't work that way. It is a process. Let your people know it is a process. You cannot tell them how long it's going to take. When someone asks me, I say, I don't know. It could be a year, 2 years, 3 years, because it takes 7 years for complete repair to happen with the body, because it's all about the cellular restoration. As the regeneration happens and healthier cells come forward, this time the cell's a little healthier than it was before, and each one that replicates and come forth is going to be healthier and healthier and healthier, and that's how healing happens. So people need to understand that, because for some reason they seem to think that once they start taking this product, it's supposed to be an overnight success, but they've been on their prescription drugs for, as I said, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they were not complaining to the doctor, despite the fact that they were not getting better, they're only getting worse. Because most individuals start off with 1 prescription drugs, and now they're on 5, 10, 15, 20, and they didn't complain about that. But now it comes to restoration and they're complaining, oh my God, I'm gonna have to take this forever. And I asked them, do you want the restoration or not? You have to decide. If you want the restoration, this is the journey. This is what you have to do. If you would like to continue on your prescription drugs, then, you know, those are the 2 options. Healing, or you continue on the prescription drugs. That's it. Because we cannot guarantee anyone how long it's going to take. Their hands cracked. Crack as in how? Was it something they were doing, or did it crack from being so dry from dehydration? Can you speak? Are you in a location where you can? Because I'm trying to understand if there's a health reason for that, or is it from chronic dehydration? But if it's a health challenge, take hemoheme. Because I'm not understanding. And check. Okay. So based on what was covered or anything else, do we have any questions before we go? Yes, Miss Valderine, we do not eat proper food and our body is targeted. So yes, we have to take it forever because we're fighting from the inside, which is true. But people tend to freak out when you tell them, oh yes, but when the doctor tells them they have to take it for the rest of their lives, they do not ever complain about it, but they're not getting any better. But when you offer them a product that is going to transform their life, restore their health, that's the first thing they complain about. I'm going to have to take this forever. So when you find those individuals that's willing to take the product and go through the journey, just work with those. The ones that's going to fight and say, you share the information and the rest is up to them. I don't fight with individuals anymore. When I first started this journey, I felt everybody needed to take the product. It's going to restore your health. But I've learned some people don't care. They're not willing to take the journey. So I work with the ones that are willing to take the journey, because I'm not going to let someone that does not care about their health, as the quote said, stress me out beyond, I used to get so caught up in, oh, but you need to take it, it's going to help you. And I'm calling and trying to encourage them, and they're fighting back. So I've learned to just stop. As it says, neglecting your health is ultimate sign of disrespect to your body. So when someone really wants it, those are the people I'm happy to work with. Like I spoke with a young lady yesterday. She has gastroparesis. And I did not realize there was such a large community across the US with this sickness. And as I'm talking to her, because my daughter was diagnosed with that after the whole botched surgery, and she said she's never met another person outside of the social media group that she's a part of that has it. But she was just amazed that my daughter was functioning properly. And when my daughter mentioned to her that she can, have a burger every now and then, she just couldn't believe it, because she said that's a no-no with individuals with this sickness. I mean, people literally die from it. And my daughter is functioning properly. So I spoke to her about what I'm doing for her and how she's recovering. And she was just amazed. So of course she's excited. So we're gonna get together and sit down and go over. And Maria, I was proud to talk about the probiotics, the microbiome probiotics that we had. She was like, what? I explained to her that the probiotics, of course, along with hemoheme, because hemoheme is the main ingredients. I went down the list. This is number one, this is the main, number two, and I categorized them. And when I mentioned that microbiome probiotics, she was just blown away. She's like, I didn't even think of probiotics. And we're the same height. I'm 5'9", and she's 107 pounds. People think she's an anorexic, but it's the disease that she has. So people are suffering out there, guys. And we can help with these products, because I'm telling you, if I didn't have these products, I don't know where my daughter would be. But as the doctor said, she is slowly healing now. And that's another thing she said she's never heard of from someone who was diagnosed with this sickness. No doctor has ever said there's healing, but she's been on hemoheme from day one. And she is just now starting to heal. And this happened right at the beginning of COVID. And she was told this, I think it's a year and a half ago, that she's just now beginning to heal. I mean, she was going through the fact where they had to suction food out of her because she wasn't digesting. Gas would kill her. So the probiotics is a big help in that regards, where she's, the bloating doesn't happen and all of that. So she was just amazed. And she's like, are these products I can find over the counter? No, sweetie, no. These are Korean products and you can only get it through distributors. So we're going to meet. And she's so excited. And she's like, oh my God, people literally suffer and die from this. So guys, these products, it's amazing what they can do for the body. And when I tell you guys that hemoheme is truly something that will heal your body, it is a process. It takes time. The body have to slowly repair and repair and repair. So just encourage your customers, your family members, your friends, as you meet them, if they're open. And I believe the only reason she was open to even sitting down with me is because she met my daughter at church. and they were in the room together. I don't even know how the topic came up, but she was just blown away that she could function. Go ahead, Miss Lynn. Lynn? Okay, go ahead.
I was trying to unmute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just unmuted you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm telling you what my sister is saying there is so real about the probiotics. I've been listening to, you know, you go on Facebook and they tell you that today is some not cure.
One moment, Miss Lynn, one moment. Let me mute. Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes you go on Facebook and then they have different things about health.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so amazing. They're talking about the probiotics a lot, because gut is where the diseases lie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking a lot about our products that we are using, the vitamin D3.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about a lot about, I say, oh my God, everything these people are talking about, we have in Atomy. So we must take this business very seriously, the products very seriously, because people are fighting for their lives and we have those things. They're free to sign up, a free opportunity to sign up, and we have it available where when we buy them they can come straight to our homes. These products, the hemohim is great, the vitamin D is great, the probiotics is remarkable, because I'm listening to celebrities speaking heavily about those things, and people
Yes.
are sick, people are dying because of lack of knowledge, my people, because of lack of knowledge and awareness. Whatever my sister is doing right now and speaking and helping, she's passionate about it. And also, her daughter is sick. When you have family members who are sick, you are pretty involved in the emotions. You're dedicated in helping and changing lives because you are going through the trauma yourself and you don't want nobody else to go through it. A lot of people want to save, don't know that lack of knowledge is what kill people for real.
Yeah.
And empowerment is what, lack of empowerment, encouragement. Some people are on drugs and they want to come out. They want to get out. It like a detoxing will help them. We have to help each other. We are like disciples for each other. It's not about the money. Yeah, I wish I was getting a lot of money, but it's not about the money. It's the quality of life and the education you can help somebody and change their health. They can live with their families and make a better life. So what you all are doing there is very good, and I'm very passionate about it, because as I scroll on Facebook and I'm trying to hear, they say, oh, the government don't want to let you know this and they don't want to let you know that. When I play, when I play it and I want to know what they really want to say, it's the same Atomy products.
Yeah.
I say, oh my God. I say, what a blessing, you know? So let's keep doing what we are doing. We are like missionaries, we are like disciples, and God will bless us for our efforts. Okay. So let's all hold on. Let us remember to make our orders. In Georgia, we are going to have a big function here. You coming, my sister? Yes.
I do. I don't know yet.
Yeah, try to come if you can. But
Mhm.
listen, when we go and we see other people, celebrate with them. When they talk good about them, celebrate with them. And then one day we'll be able to, somebody will be able to talk about us too. Because the more we help others is the more God bless us. Okay? God
Yes.
bless you all. Love you all.
Yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
And Mr. Alfonson, I see you. Give me 1 minute. Also, my daughter was also diagnosed with C. diff, and I was speaking to her about it. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. This all came from the botched surgery with an appendix. When they tried to, they gave her an infection. Really, that's what it was. So they gave us the heaviest dose of antibiotic to try to get that, and that stuff will kill everything in your gut. And that's how she ended up with C. diff. Now with that, it's supposedly you'll never get rid of it. You're always going to end up in the hospital. People literally die from C. diff. And the last time she went in there, I told the nurses, she will not be coming back here for this. And they're like, oh no, she will always come back. Well, I'll tell you what, that's 2 years ago. She's never been back to the hospital because we pushed that hemoheme and the probiotics and the vitamin C and my pH water, that my system also make a 2.5 acidic water that also kills. Let me tell you, my child has not been back to the hospital for C. diff at all. She's never had a flare up. She's not had anything to do with it. And if you guys are familiar with that, most people die from C. diff. I mean, she was quarantined in that hospital room. Everyone had to mask up and go in. When I would go to visit her, I just go and they thought I was crazy. And they're like, oh, you're gonna get it. I said, no, I'm not. And they were amazed. I never ended up with it. So the point is, when I tell you guys these products work, they work. If you are not taking probiotics, every single individual needs to be taking probiotics because 80% of your immune system is in your gut. If you take care of your gut, it makes a huge difference with your health. So when we have individuals that have health challenges, don't just give them hemoheme. You need to have hemoheme, vitamin C, probiotics, all, and the B complex and vitamin D, because most individuals were also deficient in vitamin D during COVID. And as Ms. Lynn said, when you go onto these chat on there, those are the main staples they're talking about people need to be taken. Everyone needs to be on a probiotics and also the digestive enzyme. We no longer have it on the US side, but it's on the Korean side. We need to be taking digestive enzymes to help to break the food down because we're not eating the right food to help to enable our system to break the food down. So that product is made from pineapples. It tastes great and it does wonders in breaking down the food. So it's going to help with digestion as well, which will help to get that food out of your colon, the roughage that needs to come out. It's going to help to get it out of there. But everyone needs to be on probiotics. Now go ahead, Mr. Alfonso. Hello. Let me unmute you.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I was not here from the beginning.
That's okay.
Well, I have a question from my friend I put on the chat. She has a son who come from school. He is around 20, 23, 24. And she told me, I realized when he was using his phone, um, she realized he was shaking his hand. So, yeah, she told me, I'm confused. I don't understand. Because when I asked my son, he said, oh, mom, no, there is nothing bad. Is I'm not sick. I do this because I want to do this. But she told me, no, it was not him who were doing this. It comes like involuntarily. So she was concerned. She said, oh, I think my son is sick. So I said, okay, maybe, but I will ask in my group to see how we can help her. So, what do you think she can give it to her son?
Well, did she take him to the doctor? First,
Yeah,
you need to take him and
yeah.
get him diagnosed, but I would say put him on hemoheme.
Okay.
Even though we don't know what the health challenges are, listen, once your pH is off and your body becomes inflamed and all that, just remember, guys, hemoheme aids your body to repair itself. So since did she get a diagnosed for what his issues are?
She told me she bring him to hospital and they say there is nothing wrong. They did not see anything wrong. So this is what made the mom very anxious. And she said, I think something is coming
Yeah.
And they cannot find what is wrong.
Well,
So,
something is coming. So my recommendation would be hemoheme, because it's not normal for your body to do that. So there is something going on there.
yeah.
Hemoheme.
How often you think he can take
How
hemoheme?
old is he?
He is around 23, 24, 23.
Oh, that's right. You said that. So he can do the 2 a day.
One morning, one at
Yeah.
night.
Or some people take both at the same time. So just get the 2 a day in.
Oh, it's okay to take it two together?
You can. Think about it. Some people take 4 a day, some individuals take 6, some take 8. So if
Oh,
they're doing it that way, they're doing 2 at a time. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Don't.
Perfect example. If you have stage 4 cancer, you're not going to take 2 a day. You're probably going to take 6 or 8 a day.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. You can take the 2 a day.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Thank you. Because mom said, oh, he's very active and he was playing soccer. He was like, how to call it? Goalie?
Okay.
Yeah. So he said,
Is he drinking the Gatorade and all that stuff that they give them when they play?
of course, yes, yes. So young people.
She might need to get him off that Gatorade, because Gatorade is extremely acidic.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is very, very acidic.
Yeah.
It's
Or
as acidic as soda. And a lot of athletes, they are learning. If you notice, sometimes they will promote it. And I have watched one the other day. They put the Gatorade in front of the guy, and he said, "Move that junk from in front of me." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I don't think he realized that that came out on the microphone. But they are learning that it's not good for their health. See, when the
okay.
University of Gainesville made Gatorade, it was healthy and it had the electrolytes. I don't remember if it's Coca-Cola or Pepsi that bought it, and they totally changed the ingredients. So now it's as acidic as a soda. So she needs to get him off that, because if she's going to have him taking that hemoheme and still continue to drink that Gatorade, it's really not going to do much, because that's acid going in the body. He needs to drink more water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except the water, what
Look
else
at his
he can
water.
drink?
I'm sorry?
Except the water, what else he can drink?
Natural fruits, natural drinks. Not, I don't buy juice at the store. Me personally, I do not buy. I make my own. Because everything that you buy over the counter has preservatives and other things in it. Because I used to buy Naked because, it was promoted as healthy. And they got sued by the government $10 billion because it had formaldehyde in it. Oh, they didn't ask them to remove it from the store. It's still in the store. You see my point? It's still there being sold to the public. So once I saw that, I said, you know what? I was buying this thing thinking it was healthy. And that's when I just make my own. I make my own juice. I drink a lot of water and I make my own.
Okay, nice. Good to know. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. So, oh wow, it's 11:40. That's it for today. Thank you guys for sticking around. And tomorrow is Friday. Open call. Hopefully you guys will have some feedback. And like KJ sent me that video. If you guys come across great videos, share it. So thank you all for participating, and see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good day.
Happy Juneteenth.